Now, with political headlines in Nigeria being dominated by party defections, the 2023 presidential candidate of the New Nigeria People's Party, NNPP, Senator Rabiu Kwankwaso, has debunked reaching an agreement with any individual on the trending rumor of defecting to the All Progressives Congress, APC, or any other political party. Kwankwaso reacting to a recent statement suggesting that he has taken a position, said it was the imagination of falsehood and fragmentation of political mischief against him. Responding to a statement purportedly signed by one Ibrahim Rabiu, Kwankwaso insisted he had never signed or authorized any statement to be issued on his behalf. However, the NNPP recently lost two House of Representatives members, Kabiru Usman and Abdullahi Sani, to the ruling All Progressives Congress. The notices of defection were read by the Speaker, Tajuddin Abbas, during plenary last week Thursday. Abbas also predicted more defections of high-profile opposition figures to the ruling APC in the months ahead. Well, joining us on the show to discuss the defection of NNPP members and the party's stand on a possible merger or coalition is Ladipo Johnson, spokesperson for the New Nigeria People's Party, NNPP. Good morning, sir. Welcome to the program.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us. Well, Senator Samaila Kawu, right?
Yes.
Senator
Kano
from
South.
Kano South.
Yes.
While justifying his defection, and others who went along with him said that the NNPP has a problem of internal cohesion, that the party is divided in form and substance, and that there are many factions within the party, each with his own party logo, with his own orientation. And that was why he and others decided to move to the APC. Is NNPP in crisis? And is it true that we're likely to see more members of the party, those Senator Kwankwaso refers to as traitors, betrayers, that's the word he used. Are we likely to see more defections from your party or eventually dissolution of your party into the APC?
Thank you. I think the betrayers he was referring to were those who had left. Kawu Ismaila, as you well know, was in the APC. He got wronged during their primaries. He came over, and I think the Kwankwaso movement really helped him in Kano South, and he became senator. He's gone back home, but we hope to see him again in 2027. It's as simple as that. The party, as you know the story, sir, we're not in crisis. The fact that one senator and 2 or 3 members of the House of Reps left, or one more will leave, or whatever, these things happen. But yes, we amended our constitution last year, April, and we have a different logo now. Unfortunately, as I said, you know about it, Dr. Aniebonam, the members who were expelled, they still bandy around the old logo and say that is the logo. But it's very clear on the INEC website where the NNPP lies at the moment. So that is the situation at the moment. I don't know, Senator Kwankwaso hasn't taken any decision. The party itself hasn't taken any decision, as to whether they're remaining, moving to the left, moving to the right, or what have you. We're still working on. It's politics. And yes, we have conventions next year, but 2025 to 2027 is a very long time in politics for a lot of things to happen.
Okay. Well, of course, we know the importance of these structures in a state. And Kano being the stronghold of the Kwankwaso movement, every day we are seeing the structures moving over to the APC. Now, some analysts are saying the only thing that has stopped Senator Kwankwaso from making that move is the influence of Abdullahi Ganduje. Because, of course, Kwankwaso would want to be the leader in Kano State. And that, obviously, that dynamic cannot work out if you have Ganduje at play. What are some of the things, because you say you haven't made a decision, but I want to know, what is it that you're doing at the moment to try and avert the bloodbath that's currently happening to your party in your stronghold, in your own living room, or even in your bedroom is where the bloodbath is happening?
That's totally wrong. As I said at the beginning, you have, look, just about 2 weeks ago, most of the supporters of Kawu Smiler that he brought into the party met with Senator Kwankwaso in Kano and stated clearly, that was where he made the statement of betrayers, people getting elected and leaving. They met with him and said, we're not going with him. We know what happened. So it's not a bloodbath. You have basically 3 people that are recognizable that have moved. In the same...
That hold the electoral office?
Yes, that's what I meant. And in the same vein, on the other hand, rather, you have people coming in. Just last week, we had some retired officers of the, not the Nigerian Army, the armed forces, coming to declare that they're doing politics and they're going to be with the Kwankwaso movement in Kano. You understand? So you have that movement going, and we have a lot of the younger ones coming in, those who have benefited from scholarships, etc., through the Kwankwaso times, and recent times through Abba Yusuf. So the Kwankwaso group and the NNPP, growing youth-wise, they are. And that's, honestly speaking, we're talking about Kano now.
Yeah, focusing on
so that's the situation.
You say your party is not disillusioned. I think your party is. You say it's not in a quagmire. I don't know whose party has the largest body bags now, the PDP or NNPP, or even Labour Party, as it were. Kwankwaso, as political disillusionment, recently, and this is a message by the Boniface Aniebonam faction, on the 3rd of April, to be precise, lost heavily at the FCTI court in an attempt to use judiciary to hijack NNPP from Boniface Aniebonam-led faction. They are, in fact, based on what happened, they say we hereby tender or reserve apology to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Bola Tinubu, and entire APC member, Excellency, and Dr. Umar Ganduje for the reckless statement of Senator Rabiu Kwankwaso, our ex-SWA presidential candidate, for using the name of our great party to insult, malign, and abuse the president and the APC-led government. And the statement goes on and on and on that the party that was founded by Aniebonam in 2002 by Ogini.
They expelled
but they keep saying they are not what happened in court on the 3rd of April?
You more than anyone else, Rufai, you'd like to go the right way. Google the INEC website and see if Ogini's name is there as National Secretary. The logo there is red and white. It's Chairman Dr. Ajuji Ahmed. They will keep, and at each stage that they make statements, for instance, this one was just an opportunity, because Kwankwaso came out immediately, and I came out to say that he didn't make that statement. And the governor of Kano immediately suspended they call them SSR, the SSR, the individual that made the statement. But they took the opportunity, as usual, just to talk. We are the NNPP. They are agents of the APC. At each stage...
so you're saying Dr. Aniebonam is working for the APC?
At the moment, it would seem that his boys or his people or his followers, because at each stage...
Can you prove that?
Listen to it.
Okay, go ahead.
Supreme Court, they did press conference in support of APC's position, but Abba won. Emirates, Tosso, same thing. They were against reinstatement of Sanusi. They supported what the APC was supporting. Local government elections, same thing. They even went to court, and we still held the local government elections in Kano, and of course this one now. So if at each stage they're coming out, and as you read out just now, he's saying, "Oh, we apologize to
President
Tinubu." These people are just sucking up to the APC. That's what they're doing. And we know that, and that's why I was saying on a show about 2 days ago on another network, I said to them, yes, we're not in crisis, but we're under attack. And this will continue because there's some people there who are willing to...
Can I ask you a quick honest question?
Yeah.
If Ganduje was not in APC, do you think Kwankwaso would have moved to join the APC frame by now?
No, it will depend on other things. Kwankwaso is very, very aware of the situation in the country. And each time he has moved, because some people say, he's a fine one to talk about.
He's a mover.
Or about
movement.
People who,
Defection.
exactly. But each time he moved, I told someone, I said, each time Kwankwaso has moved, he's moved to the opposition. It's not about stomach infrastructure. He moved from the ruling PDP when they were disheartened, moved and they joined and formed the APC. When the APC got into government, he moved out again after a while. So it's about principles for him. And whether one likes it or whether you like him or not, he's a principled person. So whether he would be moving either with Ganduje there, look, let me tell you, let me even talk as a politician now. If you were in Tinubu's shoes, you'd take Kwankwaso any day to Ganduje.
Why do you say that?
What does Ganduje bring to the table?
He's the party chairman.
He's party chairman.
Former
I'm
governor.
talking about grassroots and deliverables in Kano.
But in all fairness, hang on a minute. Ganduje's candidate and Kwankwaso were neck and neck to the very end. In the last, in the last Kano election.
Let's put it,
so,
you're right.
Yeah.
Neck
in
and
fact,
neck, hang on.
Ganduje in the first elections, in 2019, when Ganduje left, he won that. Then this one, what's it called? They won this one. So you can say they are even Stevens.
Let me answer this. Look at it in the context. Ganduje, serving governor, APC, national, federal power. These things come into play. You know politics in Nigeria. Kwankwaso did not have one councillor. NNPP, new party, as it were, 2023.
No, did not, 2002, according to Aniebonam.
No, did you know them?
Okay.
You understand? We moved there in 2022. They didn't have anything,
but
and he won.
Aniebonam was there when you moved there?
Yes,
yeah,
of course.
Good.
And we won in 2023 in Kano. So that shows you the difference between the two men.
Mr. Johnson.
Yes, sir.
There's one gentleman called Dr. Ogini Olaposi.
He's your cousin, sir, from Ogun State.
Well, he issued a statement.
Yes.
He said, the media should stop referring to Dr. Kwankwaso as the leader of the NNPP or even leader of the Kwankwansia movement. In other words, that Dr. Kwankwaso is an impostor. Do you by any chance know this Dr. Olaposi, who has been issuing statements on behalf of the NNPP and has been very assertive? He has been warning journalists not to recognize Dr. Kwankwaso. I know. By inviting you here, we seem to be, going against his advice.
Exactly. Ogini Olaposi is a friend. We were in the NNPP together before he was expelled. He is now calls himself National Secretary of some association that is not recognized by INEC, and so we cannot call them a political party.
No, he says he speaks for the NNPP.
No, that's it. His own association, or Aniebonam's new association, NNPP, that is not a recognized political party. They have a basket of fruits, the old logo that has been changed, and they're not recognized. So it's as simple as that. They, yes, you see, there are no sentiments there. They were in the NNPP.
Yes,
we joined them in 2022.
And Aniebonam founded the NNPP?
No one person. He was one of the founders, as you well know, yeah. So he was one of the founders. We give it to him. No problems. You understand? Unfortunately, some things happened. And Nigeria is always about sentiments. But it's not sentiments. It's the constitution. It's the law. And unfortunately, they were suspended and expelled. So that is where we are at. They can keep throwing stones, but they keep helping us. You have been in the industry. I'm not in the industry. But any publicity is good publicity. So every time Ogini speaks about the NNPP, he's doing part of my work for me as a publicity secretary.
Well, the APC in the Northwest have declared that there's no vacancy for 2027. Yes. And it seems the NNPP is very busy with internal politics and trying to fight the fight within Kano State, let alone on the national scale. Last time I spoke to you, I think it must have been on Newsday on the different program, you'd said that this time around, your principal understands that some compromises may need to be made to form a coalition, that can defeat the incumbent. Are those compromises becoming clearer to you now as events unfold? What are the compromises you're prepared to make? Which coalition platform are you interested in? And how is that shaping up? Because yesterday there were stories that there were rumors that have been debunked about Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi as a running mate. I believe you almost alluded to the fact that Kwankwaso is ready to step down from his presidential ambition and maybe be a running mate on somebody's ticket. Tell me about some of the compromises.
Well, the basic thing is that the issues that were at play in 2023 might not be the issues at play in 26, 27. That's the first place to start. And if you, like Kwankwaso or myself or the NNPP, claim that you want the best for the Nigerian electorate and the people, then you must be willing to compromise when it gets to that stage. So, but at the moment, I said that at the beginning, and that's the honest truth. Of course, if I say to anyone that we're not talking to anyone, we're not talking, it would be a lie.
So who are you
People,
talking to?
we do not operate that way. I think the whole problem we have now is because of El Rufai. He moved too quickly and started to talk too quickly. When you are facing...
Okay, you were supposed
So
to
you're
follow
talking
him.
to El Rufai?
No, I'm not talking to... We're not
But
talking
you said
to...
he moved too quickly and he started to talk
I'm
too
just
quickly.
saying
So it's an
that-
indictment on El Rufai. That means you people
Rufai
have been
and
talking
his-
to El Rufai.
No,
really?
we're not.
So you're probably trying to do something with the El Rufai coalition and all of that.
All I'm saying is that when you have a sitting government and you think you want to take them on, there are certain things that you have to leave till the last possible moment. Once you come out and you show your cards, as it were, makes it easier for them to pick you out and stop you. But back to your question, there are various movements, various groups in this country, all talking to each other at different levels. I have people who talk to me in my own little way and everything, and considering all sorts of things. And I'm sure Senator Kwankwaso himself would be considering all sorts. And even within, let me just, even naturally within the NNPP, if we look at the three main options, that is, remain as NNPP and hope that people come to you to grow your party, go to the left or go to the right, left or right, being APC or coalition or what have you. You have people who, some want you to go that way, some want you to go that way. I said on a program a few days ago, I said one of the members of the House of Reps called me and said, Mr. Ladipo, what are you doing? You National Working Committee, let's all go to APC. That's his own point of view. Okay. You understand? So we haven't reached that stage.
We've been able to establish the fact that you're romancing everybody now. APC is in the works.
Nothing is off the table.
You have also established contact with El Rufai, like you said.
No, we
Maybe
haven't.
he
Don't
talked
say
too quick. No, because you said it just now.
No.
By inference, he spoke too quick. Probably you are also going to establish contact, probably with the Labour Party angle. So you are shopping for the best bride in the room as we speak. But I think from the Boniface and Aniebonam function, they keep sending me messages for you. They said,
oh God.
If Kwankwaso cannot settle his internal crisis, how can he lead Nigeria?
He doesn't have internal crisis. They are the truth.
He says, they also say, get a mandate for Johnson to bring Kwankwaso to you guys to speak about the leadership crisis in NNPP. This is the Aniebonam faction that are talking. They're sending me all messages as well going on.
They were the toothache that we had, and they've been extracted. Either Ogini or Major Agbo. They've been extracted.
But you came to meet them in the party.
Doesn't matter.
But that means you are coming to usurp their party.
That is the sentiment of Nigeria. One of my friends said that we move the landlord out of the house.
As we start to wrap up.
Yeah.
If all of these conversations does not work, will Rabiu Kwankwaso be on the cards running as
he might,
NNPP
he might not.
In
The party will remain. He might not. I haven't, even if
and he will spoil votes for others again and just win Kano alone and move on.
He might not. If he does, he might spoil votes, as you say. If he doesn't matter. Okay. You understand? So it's still too early. For us anyway, it's still too early.
But he's still talking.
He must be talking. He's alive.
Probably if Tinubu aligns. And it's alive. The Ganduje matter.
Well, you might think so.
Can we shake on that?
Well, if it happens, you buy me a drink.
Okay. Ladipo Johnson, we take implications very seriously.
Okay.
Anyway.
He will buy the drink, don't worry.
Okay, we're here, we're waiting, we're watching, we'll see.
By God's grace, it shall be well.
I'm sure he's capable.
Yeah, of course.
If it gets to that point.
No problem.